brazy, man. You've got to give credit to the set piece coach as well. Might as well sign Ward-Prowse and we can cook even more in that regards, really. But let's get into the transfer news, people. I'm violating you lot. I will be going Emirates Cup still. But yeah, before we get into it, let's start with a couple of these Arsenal things, man. Let's start with a player that's actually here, man. It is what it is, man. I see a few grey hairs. What can I say? Man's getting to the Denzel Washington stage. What can I say, my guy? You know, butter in your hair, that's her next struggle that I don't want to be part of, man. Vaseline's as low as we get. That's her next struggle, man. I'd rather just do the ragaman thing and just have a dry headpiece. That's her madness. Man putting floor in their hair and that. Myth. Anyways, apparently Mikel Arteta believes that Gabriel Jesus will set different standards at the club. I hope so, in terms of goal scoring, in terms of mentality and all of this jazz from being with Pep. I don't underestimate it. I want you to do it, but it's incredibly naive if you think one 25-year-old is going to come in and his mentality is going to affect the rest of the squad. Obviously, if Ronaldo came, even Ronaldo at United, he didn't change. Not everybody's waking up and doing a million push-ups and going in that freezing, whatever it is, that freezing machine thing they go in. So one man ain't gonna change the whole 25-man squad and everything. When you keep bringing in players like this and flushing out the bad ones, obviously the mentality starts changing. So I hope he sets great standards and in his own way, but he's not a messiah, innit? I think the club has done a tremendous job to recruit a player of this stature. It's someone that I know personally really well, and we all know really well because he's played in a league and been really successful. I mean, he's not going to score goals from the minute he starts to the minute he finishes. He is going to go through a goal drought. Like you saw, people had a lot of things to say around Salah, Vardy, Kane last season, really. But if you know this player, on top of the obvious, I don't want to see us asking what's going on with him. You should know exactly how you're going to improve him. You should know more about him than he knows about himself. Pardon me. It's a position that's been on our radar for a long time now, and we have managed to get a player that we all wanted, so I'm really happy. He said, I think it's a package. You start with his character, the person, the smile. I don't care about Don Smile, bro. Just do the job. And what he represents as a human being, that's true. And he's an incredible professional with his work rate and enthusiasm. You'll see it the first day he puts on his boots and enters the training pitch. He has the enthusiasm that he's going to create on his own on that pitch. And then obviously there are his qualities, his anger to score. All right. So I hope to see that. His willingness to be coached. All right. If you're willing to listen, you're willing to improve. To improve, he's used to winning, which you got to calm down a bit with that Arsenal. And he knows that winning is the only way to do it. I hope so. Winning's the only thing, and winning doesn't always mean trophies. Winning just simply means being better than you can be yesterday. Whatever you're doing in any aspect of life, doing it to the best of your ability, so that when your conscience asks you, have I done as good as I can, you can sleep well at night. Too many people don't. So I hope he sets different standards at the club and all of these sort of things, people. He's gone on to speak about his different level of experience. He spoke about the need for better balance in the team. He spoke on his pedigree, people, and him able to play as a false nine, either side of a front three, and as well as the main striker. What impressed me the most is the end of this. He said, we have a very, very dynamic team up front. We have 3 or 4 players who can play in various positions and play with each other in different positions. Pause. We want to be unpredictable. Yeah, I want to be unpredictable as well, but unpredictable in a good way. We don't know what's happening with Arsenal. We might turn up and do a madness. We might turn up and not do a madness, innit? We want to be unpredictable, but at the same time, we want to be specific in certain areas. My guy, Mikel Arteta, that's what I like to hear. To achieve certain qualities that we didn't have in the squad. And I think with Gavi, I think we are doing both of those at the same time. Inshallah. But anyways, 6 of our Premier League games have been rescheduled. I can't lie, I'm happy about the Man United one, because it now means Saturday I can go out and do what I'm doing. And now Sunday, I told you previously, we'd have to section that off. We'll be here. But again, updated fixture calendar list, as you can see, people. Palace hasn't changed. I don't know. But anyways, games against Palace, Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham, Villa, United, Everton, and Brentford have all been affected in some way, whether it's been moved in terms of time or day or just been put on TV. I don't know, but that's it for you lot. So you lot make a mark of that. Jesus has commented on all the other Brazilian youths. Let's see what he said, people. What have you said? Now there's 3, 4 if you force William Saliba. He's got Gabriel in his name. Now it's 3. There's a lot of jokes with us now, but they are very good guys. I'm so happy for them because they deserve to be in a big club like Arsenal. They did so well last season, and I'm so happy to be here with them. I'm so happy to be with him. He went to train with us in the national team in 2019 and was in the Copa America in Brazil. We saw him and his qualities, and he can do other things other players cannot. So that's great. When I saw him come to Arsenal, I was not surprised because I knew he had the quality to play in a big club in Europe and Brazil. I'm so happy for him because he deserves this, because he's a quality player. The next season, I was following him, watching him in games. Jesus has also had plenty of battles with Gabriel, the centre-back. He said, we only need one word to sum up. He only needed one word. He said, difficult. He's so strong. I have played against him a couple of times. He's a very difficult defender, but has the qualities to play as well. Obviously, he said it would be massive for us personally because I played in the last World Cup, so I know it's so good to be there with Brazil. We grew up seeing players like Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Romario, and we wanted to be the next ones. The World Cup is here now, and we have the opportunity to play there together from the same club, all three Gabbies, inshallah. Marquinhos, do some badness and get involved in this, man. This is what we want to see, man. We've come a long way, man. We had dons like Willian. I'll never forgive some of you Arsenal fans. Arsenal fans do this thing where they convince themselves that bullshit is acceptable. Like Willian signings for this football club, gassing up save wages. Certain man would say, oh, it was good we never got top four because we weren't ready. There's positive, negative folk, and there's negative Arsenal folks. They're both at two different ends of the spectrum, and both of them are loony. We spoke about this already. Big up Charles Watts, but your personal opinion is irrelevant. Again, we all know how this Milinkovic Savic stuff is going to end. But, the dream is free. The hustle is sold separately. 700 of you locked in, people. Appreciate that, but we're still not at 300 likes. The dream is sold separately. Arsenal set to submit new bid after 47 million offer for Sergej Milinkovic Savic is rejected. Bearing in mind, the man, way before Arsenal and him was a thing, it was made abundantly clear he wants to leave Lazio. Can't you offer some money in Torreira if we are humouring this rumour? Arsenal are preparing a new offer for Lazio midfielder Milinkovic Savic after the initial 47.2 bid was rejected, according to reports in Italy. Now, for various reasons, whether it's the price, whether it's the player not being linked with before, whether it's the fact that it comes out of Italy, degree of pessimism. And it's also spoke about Telemans. Maybe we're going after this guy and we'll leave Telemans if we can get him. Maybe we want both. Maybe the luxury of what we assuming that we have a free run at Telemans, as much as you can say that, is a thing. But yeah, man, it's saying that after completing Jesus, we're going after him. Again, you have to look at it with a pinch of salt. Arsenal have had an offer turned down. The report claims Lazio would be open to selling the Serbia international, but only if Arsenal meet their 55.8 million valuation. I think that's a decent price. I mean, slap them Torreira and take a couple zeros off that then. Torreira wants to stay in Italy. Wasn't he linked with Lazio before? Just give them some bread, man. Just do that. Really. As you know, he got 11 goals, 11 assists, and, the Arteta, that would help you get closer to 100 goals. I mean, he's got physical qualities. He's very good on the ball. I think fans gas it up a bit. I think a lot of the things that were said about Paul Pogba, I think, applied to him. But he's lit, so bring him. But I can't see it happening. He's got 2 years left on his deal, so you would imagine this is the last season where you're going to get something lit for him, really. I mean, he's 27. It's dream world, but if you could get Milinkovic Savic and Fabian Ruiz and Zinchenko, I'd be sorted for this window, really. But dream chasing. Arsenal also remain hopeful of beating Man United in the race for Lisandro Martinez. I'm tired of hearing about that. Apparently he's keen on a move to the Premier League. Where Arsenal are concerned, it might be an issue getting rid of Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Apparently, Nottingham Forest face a problem in their Arsenal transfer bid, people. I haven't read this, but I'm just willing to bet, and I'll probably lose now that I've said this. I bet you it mentions his weekly wages. 100% it mentions his weekly wages. Nottingham Forest could be set for a transfer blow in their reported pursuit of Arsenal's Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Nottingham Forest are seeking a replacement for Spence, obviously, who looks to be going to Spurs and has returned to his parent club in Middlesbrough. Steve Cooper's worked with Ainsley before at England youth level, so this could be a great move for you, not only to play Premier League football and be important, but there's that, it is what it is. I mean, while Ainsley Maitland-Niles, for me, can leave with his head held high, it's a success story. He's been called up for England. He's played Premier League football. He's made over 100 appearances. He's won some trophies for Arsenal. That's a success story. Now you need to move on. This says he's in the last 8 years, he's made 72 appearances. That tells you he's a bit part player. Now he's 24. Put some context behind that. If 24 take away 8, how old are you? There's some of that in there. But yeah, people, the move to Roma didn't bang. It is what it is. As you can see here, But while the Gunners are believed to be willing to cash in on him, there's one thing standing in the way of a potential deal coming to fruition: his wages. Wouldn't be a problem if we just sold him to Wolves and Everton like we did, really. You know, and sometimes not everyone from Hayland needs to play. Some people, you know, Eddie might be you know, he become a decent squad player and help us get back to qualifying for the top four. But if we ever become 30, we might say, do you know what, you're not quite good enough, let's go and make some money. And that's where you look at Nelson, Joe Willock, Ainsley, when we could have made bread. Definitely Bellerin, these academy prospects, with the exception of Bellerin being at Barca, it's where you need to make the bread. So yeah, he's on 52. I mean, they're a bit stingy, you know. I know you're in the championship, bloody hell, 52,000. I mean, I don't know if Ainsley at 24 years of age, if I was trying to buy you, I'd be trying to commit you to a 4 or 5 year deal. I don't know. So with that, I don't know if I'm Ainsley, if I would commit to tearing up some of my wages. But Ainsley Maitland-Niles, what, last year, didn't you get a new agent? Pepe, didn't you get a new agent? Torreira, you want to stay in Italy. All your agent does is talk. I'm not being funny, but while it's on Arsenal to move these players on, what the hell are these guys' agents doing? It's very early in the transfer window, if you can say that. So let's see how things develop. Lisandro Martinez, Man United and Arsenal transfer target has shunned for Ajax and offers brains, brawn, and versatility. Played 12 times at left back. I mean, I can't lie to you. I mean, he's got a good mentality. I don't care about if he doesn't sign for Arsenal. We know how it gets in South America. I don't necessarily care about this sort of stuff, really and truly. This is his heat maps when he's playing in midfield before moving back into defense. So because he's left footed, he steps out there. So I can see maybe why Arteta wants him. It kind of helps him with that, people. Apparently, Ten Hag said at the beginning of the season, we were looking for a brain in midfield. We knew Martinez had played central midfield, but could he do it in Ajax's system? We tried him there and we saw good things. So yeah, he's clearly tactically intelligent. He's a good footballer, but it is what it is, man. If he signs, people. And apparently he's got an appetite for improvement. So he's clearly got the versatility, the mentality. He's 24 years of age. You can see why Arsenal and Arteta are involved with him. And, you know, we've got centre-backs at this football club who say they don't watch football. So some Arsenal fans might look at this and say, yes, I watch football all the time and I observe all the players in all positions and look at how they move. I love the details about players. So that might, you know, that might actually help us. The club always gives you information, but you have to do extras yourself for a new position. He spoke, as I said before, he spoke about Joshua Kimmich as a guide point before. When he plays in midfield, I like the calmness he has and the way he reads the game. A player has to be intelligent. He has to have confidence, of course, but it's a game of decisions and you make decisions with your head. I mean, he's a bit unorthodox in stuff he does. A lot of people talk about his lack of height and things like that, you know, especially in this country, which I don't think is an issue, but it is what it is. Apparently, last season, he averaged more passes per 90 minutes than any other Eredivisie player, while only 2 players directed more forward passes per 90 minutes. So you can see why very much looks like the modern centre-back. You know, Arsenal, if you're not using this guy at left-back, for me, it's irrelevant. You can see he ranks, you know, for passes completed first, passes in the opposition's half third, forward passes third, touches second, interceptions ninth. So again, as much as the modern days about playing football, you're ninth for interceptions. You'd more want to trade that. I'd more want to see my defender first for interceptions and in and around certain areas for forward passes. As I said, I think fans of both clubs are overrating him, as they do. I think people are gassing the versatility aspect. Clearly, he is versatile, and this article is helping, but he's played 12 times at left back. What conclusions are we drawing? He does look a bit unorthodox in some aspects with his approaches to defending, but I do like the look of the player and what we could have at Arsenal. Or if you're a United fan, but if you don't get him, just move on, really and truly. So yeah, he's able to. We know he can break the lines and all of these sort of things, people. Is what it is. His natural position is central defense, but because he's not tall, his coaches at Newell's doubted him when he was trying to win his place. They were a bit worried about the issue of height, but it was something I never gave any importance. So it is what it is, people. At Ajax, he made more headed clearances than any other player and won 79 of his aerial duels, giving him a success rate of 71% and putting him second only to Harry Maguire among Arsenal and Man United centre-backs. Considering his lack of height, that makes me worried for our actual defenders at the club already. What the hell's going on there? Really and truly. So we'll have to see what happens there. But it's getting a bit boring. Waffling about these guys. I mean, let's see what Football.London has said. terms between Arsenal and the midfielder have been in place. Apparently, the player is sold on a move to Arteta's side and is waiting for the deal to be agreed, people. And he's available for around 30 million. We have genuinely heard 25 million. So I don't know what's going on there. Off topic, people. 304 likes. Can we get towards 400? Thank you very much for hitting the like button on YouTube, Twitch gang. Appreciative of all the support. I know you're liking the thing in spirit, and some of you are opening up another tab and doing up that. We've been linked with Asensio, a year left on his deal. With his injury record, 25 million isn't the worst, but he's going to want the bag in terms of wages. He's probably, whether he deserves it or not, his agent is probably going to want to make him one of Arsenal's highest earners. And with us needing to get, I would say, Torreira, Bellerin, Pepe, where wage, 52 grand a week, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, these things need to, whatever Torreira's on, he can't be on amazing wages, but he ain't going to be on little boy wages. I can't see us adding to it, really, and it just seems like this is an easy one. But Arsenal and AC Milan allegedly are stepping up their efforts. He can play right wing, among other positions, a bit like Fabio Vieira. Maybe with our failed pursuit of Rafinha, this is something that Arsenal explore. I would love to have signed Lucas Paqueta from Lyon, but apparently he's remaining at Lyon. Obviously, Talisio and Lacazette have gone back to Lyon. There's talk of Pjanic going there. Any more of that, and they'll be trying to get Benzema and Gomez and all them sort of dons and Janino and that. But apparently, he's interested PSG, City and Arsenal. However, talks between said clubs and his reps failed to advance. So for some other reason or another, he's staying where he's staying. Milinkovic Savic. Apparently, Milinkovic Savic is always mentioned in the Italian press, but Lazio wants 75 to 80 million euros for him. Telemans is not extending his Leicester contract, so this is why Arsenal are exploring that possibility more than Milinkovic Savic. Apparently, Charles Watts on the Lisandro Martinez rumor said, I know everyone is saying, oh, it's United. But from what I understand, Martinez is very open to Arsenal as well. He really likes the ideas that he's been told, if he came in and how he would be used by Mikel Arteta. And he likes Arteta and he's very keen on the project. So it's neck and neck pause for both clubs. And he wants to move to the Prem. May the best man win. Arsenal can land a sensational deal for Marco Asensio. Myth. Szczesny's revealed he was fined for being late to Juventus. Again, don't understand that. Real Madrid are planning to get rid of Asensio, so this is where the rumors are coming from. Coco looks unrecognizable, of course. Needy. Allegedly, Sergej Gnabry is reportedly set to hold crunch talks with Bayern Munich as he enters the final 12 months of his deal. As you know, he's been linked with Manchester United, Arsenal, and City. Bayern are thought to be keen to keep hold of the former Arsenal man. They're planning a meeting with Gnabry and his reps. They are keen for Gnabry to extend his contract in order to fight off interest from elsewhere. Paqueta snubbed the move, really and truly. Allegedly, I saw this report. Gabriel Jesus has been mocked for joining a small club. Brazilian media personality Neto has got onto Arsenal. Whether he's right or wrong, I think I speak for every Arsenal fan. You can have your opinion, but whoever you are, Neto, suck your mum. Don't talk shit about my club and tell her to suck her mother. We keep moving. Apologies for the French. It's A's up till we freeze up and them things there. Arsenal will tie Saka down to a new contract in the next 6 months. That's according to Kevin Campbell. Last time I checked, unless Kevin Campbell's Saka's agent or is his brethren, he's just chatting, really. Shout out to Kevin, though. Tyler Ferran of Arsenal has signed a new deal, a pro deal. Shout out to the young man. Don't think he makes the grade at the club, but it's great for him nonetheless. So it's just reiterating what we know. Dybala's been more linked with Man United in the last 24 hours, but he was linked with Arsenal. It seems like it's a Milinkovic Savic thing, people. So it is what it is. And after that, it's Lisandro Martinez, and then it's the Telemans thing. So we'll have to see. I think this article is just reiterating the same thing. Unless Google Translate helps us, people, it's a myth. So yeah, man, this is just, we're not going to go over that again. It's just reiterated that. Apparently, Arsenal want to sell Reece Nelson. I mean, Feyenoord just sold a Ute to Leeds. You might as well ask them to take him on permanently then. And once again, Manchester City and United are looking at Gnabry. Arsenal and Liverpool are linked with Asensio. Again, they're trying to cash in on him. What's this? Xhaka's dad's come out, and obviously in light with certain things allegedly that have been said, again, that have been said in the press, he's come out and said that, my son ain't done that. He's on holiday and that. So, yeah, I'm not going to go over that. You lot do your own research. So, yeah, it's just the same old, really, with the same old names. Once again, Serge Gnabry and his agent will sit down in days after his return to training to make a quick decision on the player's future. Gnabry has an offer that the club considers more than fair and needs the player and need the players' wage demands, and maybe meets the players' wage demands. Telemans is said to be patiently waiting for a bid to land from Arsenal, which could be worth in the region of 30 million. Bayern are planning to sit down with Gnabry and his agents to extend his contract. They don't want to lose Gnabry to Madrid or City. Again, all these in the knows have taken a bit of a hit, but again, I don't think this guy claims to be an in the know or nothing. He was primarily driving force behind Rafinha and all of these things. He said Bayern are hopeful that Gnabry will sign a new deal. However, if he doesn't, Arsenal are ready to pounce to try to take the midfielder back to the Emirates Stadium. There's thoughts he could be attainable for as little as 40 million. Now, I'm not a transfer man, but 40 million is not going to be the true cost. You're going to have to give him the bag, really. And apparently, this guy has said, there was a meeting scheduled for this week between Telemans and Telemans' people and Arsenal. Apparently, there's a meeting this Thursday, which is tomorrow, with officials to try and thrash out a deal for the Leicester City midfielder. Arsenal want to pay around 25 million for him. Negotiating to be done to meet with Leicester's demands could take a while, but the player is very, very keen to join. So it's one that's going to drag out, really and truly. I don't know what this is. This just seems like some personal opinion. Once again, Lucas Paqueta links. Again, people talking nonsense. I saw that Gabriel Jesus went to Arsenal. Small club. Portuguese sinister are bigger than Arsenal. Arsenal have won what in the last 5 years? A bunch of FA Cups, man. Suck your man, you pussy, man. Anyways, shut up, man. But anyways, that's it. Where that's concerned, hey, Southampton getting a rebuild, that could be a lit signing. But where the transfer news is concerned, unless I'm missing out something, feel free to help me. 325 likes. Can we move towards 400? Thank you in advance. That's that, people. What are you lot saying? Because I know you lot have been typing. Let me get back into what you guys are saying, folks.